going to go over the enhancement 2 assignment that I've been working on. So I'm just going to go down the list in the grading matrix, so that way I keep on track of all the different things that I've been working on. For the first one, the SQL statements in single file named enhancement2.txt within a single folder SQL. So if you look here in my SQL, I have the I guess the one that we uploaded in here as well, just I don't know, so I can keep track of it in case I need to refer back to it for code, I guess. But here's my enhancement. So I have my different statements. I will go over them with you as I'm showing you that they work, but here they are in that single file. So I'm going to go through them one by one by inserting them all at the exact same time. I threw in the semicolons or the colons or whatever they're called, so I can do that. But we will go here, phpMyAdmin. I believe I have everything back to normal, so how it was before any of those statements were done. So if I go in here and I insert all of these and I press go. So for the first one, the insert into clients, this Tony Stark, you can see that the one row was inserted. It's just inserting it with the values right there. I just looked at all the different columns and I put in there just to kind of shorten my code a little bit. And then I ran an update statement for the second one. I updated it to look at the client first name and whenever the person's name was Tony, to change the client level to 3 instead of 4. And so that one's now 3. So for the second one, I actually split it up into 2 update statements. The reason being they both have the replace, which you recommended. But the reason why I had them into 2, I'm pretty sure there was a way that I could put them into 1, but it would have taken a bit more code for the one, and I just couldn't figure it out in time. The reason being was the nylon and climbing were capitalized for the inventory name, and inside the description, just the context of the description, they weren't capitalized, and so I separated the two just to be able to keep the case the way that it should be. And so in the first one, it's looking, and the only thing it's changing is nylon for climbing. As you can see with this replace statement, it's looking for nylon, changing it with climbing. In the inventory name, whenever the inventory ID is 15, currently the only time the word nylon even pops up is within this inventory item. So I felt pretty safe with this for this instance. And then I did the exact same thing, but instead of pointing it at the inventory name, I pointed it at the inventory description, which changed the 2 instances of the word nylon to climbing, both all lowercase, which works with the context in there. So the next one is select miscellaneous items. So you can see that here I am doing the inner join. I am telling it to display both these because I don't know, it made me feel good knowing that I was doing all of them. So I had it display not only the inventory name but then also the categories. I don't know if we were supposed to display this at all using the select statement. I just did it because I don't know, it let me know that I was doing it right instead of just telling me that it came back with 7 rows. But you can see that it did come back with 7 total rows. It does the inner join, so it's looking at the inventory and then inner joining it with the categories table, and then it's looking at the category ID and in both the inventory and the categories table whenever the category ID equals 3, which gives me the 7 that are in there. And so you can see that this one works as well. And then down here you can see the last one, the delete, the deleting this car. You can see the 1 row was affected, and I had it just look at the inventory name, which worked out just fine. So those are all the dealing with the SQL, the MySQL here in phpMyAdmin. So the next one is database connection function in a single file named connections.php. So we go back here, this connections.php. So I have in my library folder the connections.php. You can see my code here. It all works. It lines up with my database, with the user that I created. So it's localhost, iClient. My database is actually called Acme Database instead of just Acme. And so that reflects this right there, my password. So this is within the folder named library. So these are all here, as you can see. The Acme PDO, this object connection function works. It does, and to prove it, I currently have this my account set to do that, which can be changed anytime. I just have it for the moment. So I click on it, blank, which is it working. But to show you that it fails, I'm going to come in here and delete that, save it, and now we will come in here and click on my account, and now it pulls up this error page that I have it pointing towards, this error page in my error docs folder, 500.php. It comes to this, and so it's just a template with a server error. Let them know the database isn't responding at the moment, and so to put that back, change that back, save it, come back in here, click on my account, and it's blank, showing that it's working as we were told in the instructions. So that goes to the generic error, and video, the SQL statement and connection function action are present and demonstrate the actions called for, which this is the video I am filming right now. So I believe as far as the grading matrix is concerned, those are all the points that I was supposed to touch based on, and I am looking forward to hearing back from your feedback. Thank you.